contractor or construction site basically my whole life. When I was 8 years old, I was a cleanup crew on a construction site every summer. My dad paid me $2 an hour. You know, he wanted to make sure that I understood the value of a dollar. And I was only 8 years old with spending money going through the school year because I'd worked for it all year. And I did what most of us do. I went into what I knew. I knew construction and cattle. And I'd always been taught two things. Hard work is the answer to everything. You work hard enough, everything else will work out. Secondly, you got to spend money to make money. Those were the two principles I was taught. So I did what I knew. I went to work, worked hard, started borrowing hundreds of thousands of dollars in my 20s, building homes and that sort of thing, selling and all that. I don't know why they was loaning the money to a 20-year-old looking back now, but they did for some reason. And God blessed us. 10 years later, Rochette and I looked up and we were doing okay, but we weren't where we really wanted to be. And there's a major difference. You know, and Einstein's definition of insanity is doing the same thing expecting a different result. So I thought, you know, I've got a 10-year track record. When I married her, I made lots of promises. We wanted to be financially independent. When our family, our church, our community needed help, we wanted to be in a position financially to write a check. And I say that 10 years later, we could write a check. It just wasn't a very big check. And, you know, I don't believe, and I don't know how you believe, and I don't ask you to believe as I do, but I don't believe that God puts anything in our heart that we don't have the ability to accomplish with His help. Sometimes we have to be open, though, to whatever's out there. And we've made a decision to be open, and God works in mysterious ways. I was reading about wellness and how the next $1 trillion industry. And in our family, we were looking. I was tired of all the vitamins. Rochette and I worked out every day. We did this huge vitamin regimen. And I'm thinking, Lord, there's got to be a better way than this. I'm, you know, gagging half the morning vitamin regimen. You know, never feeling any different, but we know we're not getting what we need in the food anymore. And with pharmaceutical drug spending increasing faster among our children in any age group, I think we're all realizing we are what we eat, and we're all trying to do better. And we were trying to do that, and I was looking at my grandmother in the 80s, our parents were in their 60s at the time, and they weren't going to juice everything and do these huge regimens and all of that. And I'm thinking, you know, I just wish there was something simple that really worked. Well, a buddy of mine in Orlando, Florida gave me a call and said, I've got something. And y'all trusted whoever invited you enough today to just come listen. And I applaud anybody that's open-minded enough just to listen. You know, the mind's like a parachute. It works better when it's open. You know, so you've got to be skeptical about things, but you've got to keep it on the mind about things. And I trusted him enough to get on a plane in Louisiana and fly to Orlando, Florida on my dime. And I can tell you the best money I ever spent. It literally changed our family's life. I got there and I walked in his office. I said, what do you got? He said, it's called Limu. I said, what is Limu? He said, it comes from Tonga. I said, man, that don't help. I don't know what is it, you know? And he said, it's a brown seaweed. It's a perfect food. And I said, you know, I've read about seaweed. I know in Okinawa they've got really great results with breast cancer and all, and I know they're really healthy, and I know seaweed is good for you. I said, but man, we don't do a lot of seaweed in Louisiana. You know, I've never tasted seaweed. I don't know that I even like seaweed. And he said, well, this is unique and different. It's a particular brown seaweed, and Doc has shared a lot more to tell with you about it, and I love listening to him. And that's what I love so much about Limu, is that you don't have to convince people. If they're medically inclined, there's 1,300 medical studies. That was important to me because one of my brother-in-laws is a cardiologist. He's not going to listen to me. But when he looked at the medical research, he started drinking Limu. All we knew, you know, before all of that, I just trusted my friend enough that he said, this is a food, it can't hurt you. It's simpler than everything else you're doing. And I looked at it from every angle, coming from a business background. You know, I'm an analytical kind of guy. So I thought, you know, it's simpler than everything else we're doing. Simple, and it works. It's more cost effective than everything else we're doing. When I really looked at it, $4 a day, I mean, I couldn't do that, you know, in anything else I was doing. And I love the simplicity of it. And you just drink 2 ounces in the morning, 2 at night. I thought, you know, I can do that. Put it in front of the milk, take a shot every morning, take a shot every night, and we're good. And I started thinking about people in my family. My grandmother was 84, blood thinner, 1 kidney at dialysis, level kidney function, wasn't going to do dialysis. She'd always prayed the Lord let her live at her home until He took her home, and it didn't like that was going to be medically possible. My mom's sugar's always out. You know, we all have things in our family. And listen, Limu's not about sickness. Limu's about wellness, you know. And I always say this. I believe the first people you should make sure are drinking Limu are your kids and grandkids. If you buy a new car, are you going to wait till it breaks down to change the oil and the filters? Why not take care of it from day one? So Limu is really about prevention and putting the right things in the body. So I was thinking about my whole family. And I thought, it sounds too good to be true, but if half what you're telling me is true, I got a bunch of guinea pigs in my family. I said, we'll find out. So I brought it home, got the family together, said, guys, the food can't hurt us. I don't think it's going to kill us. Let's give it a shot. You know, let's just drink it. So my grandmother said, honey, I'll drink it. My mom said, I'll drink it. My dad said, I ain't drinking it. You know, you already got a negative guy. Usually the guy that needs it the most is the most negative. I said, Dad, you sit back and watch, because the worst thing you can do is drag somebody in. And we started. We had no huge expectations. To me, it was much simpler than all the other things. I knew it had 70 vitamins, minerals, nutrients, glyconutrients, had everything the body needed. So we just liked the simplicity of it. We weren't expecting miracles. And I can look at you today and tell you I would still be drinking Limu if we hadn't seen miraculous things in our family, because it just makes sense. It's much simpler and it's more cost effective than what we were already doing. But having said that, in 4 weeks my grandmother was off blood thinner. Her home health nurse said, Shannon, number one, blood work doesn't lie. Number two, I've looked at some of the research. I've got migraines. How do I get it? And this is very important, because one of the questions I asked my buddy before I left Orlando, I said, look, if it is this good, all my friends are looking for something simple that works. Wouldn't you agree? Everybody wants something simple that works today. We've all got stuff in our family. I said, if it really does work, all of my friends are going to want it. What do I tell them? He said, tell them, hey, I don't sell it, but I should get it at wholesale just like I get it. I said, you know what, I can do that. I said, look, I'm not filling up my truck. I'm not filling up my garage. I'm not delivering stuff. All of my friends are small business owners. Number one, we don't have time to do that. Number two, I don't want to do that. But if it works and I can show my friends how to get the exact same deal I got, we're all buying it at wholesale, I'm in for that. I look at it like wholesale franchising. I'm a wholesale buyer. You can be a wholesale buyer. If you like it, your friends can be wholesale buyers. We're all getting the exact same price. Does that make sense? He said, we're going to take all the money companies spend on advertising. Y'all familiar with a little product called Red Bull? I would wager everybody in this room has heard Red Bull. And the reason is because they spend almost $900 million a year on advertising. That's one company in the drink market. We got a better product called Blue Frog. We say blue's the new red, and that's no bull. Y'all get that later today. Just think about it. It's absolutely 100% healthy for you, and you get natural energy all day with tons of good things for your body, and it's got Limu in it. And you've heard us mention Limu and the burn with the collagen protein. We only do 3 things. Limu's overall wellness, the liquid extract, we drink 4 ounces a day. Blue Frog is healthy energy. You're getting 2 ounces of Limu in every can. And Lean and Burn are our meal replacement and weight loss program. Whether you're just looking for a healthy meal replacement, that's what I was looking for. I hunt a lot. I'm out late at night, and I just started doing the lean shake when I come in at night. Lost 15 pounds in less than 3 months, and I just replaced it. Instead of grabbing a burger coming in, most of it right here, just doing a lean shake. You know, my mom lost 20 pounds, my dad lost 30 pounds, just replacing dinner a few nights a week. And we just saw those things happening in our own family. So the simplicity of it made sense. You know, overall wellness, healthy energy, and a meal replacement if you need or want that. Those are the 3 things everybody's looking for. We didn't want 1,000 products. I didn't want to have to do 1,000 products. That's what I was trying to get away for. They were all cost effective. Limu was cheaper than what we were doing. Blue Frog is less than what people are paying for unhealthy energy drinks at the convenience store. And Lean is half what you pay for Vitamin at Sonic or Burger King. So guys, every way I looked at this, it just made sense. Because it was a home-based business, I knew enough to know that worst case scenario, I'd write it off. I told my friend, hey, worst case scenario, I'm gonna get healthy and write it off. You get all the tax advantages of a home-based business. But he said, Shannon, we're going to design this with truly unlimited potential. We're going to design this. He said, you know, who do you trust more, your best friend or a billboard? In our world today, you got to be skeptical, but we trust people that, you know, if I know Julie and this has helped her family or not, I'm not more likely to say, if it helped your family, girl, maybe it'll help my family. So, you know, we know and trust people. And he said, we're going to take all that money, company spend on advertising, we're not going to spend a dime. He said, we're going to design a legitimate commission structure whereby just showing your friends how to be wholesale buyers, we're going to take all that advertising money, 53% of our profit as a company is going to go back to the folks that are just sharing the story, sharing something that they believe in that's changing their family's life. And our mission statement with Limu is really simple, that, you know, we believe Limu is a gift that the world needs to know about. Our mission is to share Limu with the world, one person at a time. And when you really understand what Limu is about, it really is a gift. And you really do want the people you love and care about most to find out about it. If nothing else, just from a potential health perspective. But financially, it was equally as rewarding. And I'm going to let Salient come up and share the financial side of this with you. But I'll share kind of this one side of it. We started Rashette 9. Rashette thought, maybe it can help my mom and dad. Dad had bad knees, bad rotator cuff. Teacher and a coach, loved teaching and coaching, had 7 children, 7 daughters. They lost their 4th daughter to cancer at the age of 3. And he had to do what most people do. You know, in America, what do? You got to spend money to make money was kind of our traditional philosophy. So he went out and mortgaged everything up in the tire and muffler business in a town of 3,000 people. 34 years later, still welding mufflers, putting tires on, was never going to retire. So we started drinking Limu, knees quit hurting, shoulder quit hurting. People started asking him at church, things in the quiet church, they were seeing him getting around, but man, what are you doing? He said, I'm just drinking this stuff. That's what it is. He said, man, I don't know, but it works. So like, whatever it is, I want to know. We figured out, we just wanted people to hear the whole story. That's why you're here to them. We've got a system in place. Calls, FaceTime, we do all kind of stuff. Your friends can hear the whole story. You don't need to be an expert. You just think about people and invite them to hear the story really is all we do. It's never any pressure. If it makes sense, I tell my friends, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. I just want you to hear the whole story. So we got a few friends together. They got results too. They started telling their friends. They got results. They started telling their friends. His first year, he made over $50,000 in extra income. So there's nothing I could have done in my traditional business made an extra $50,000. Second year, his team kept growing over 80. The third year, well over 100. Today, he makes several $100,000 a year in passive income. He's at our lodge in South Arkansas hunting, and he says now he hunts for 180 days out of the year and fishes the rest of the time. You know, but the beautiful part for us is that since they lost their daughter to cancer almost 40 years ago, money was always an issue. And it was always going to be an issue. It's just the way it was. And because of this, number one, he's healthier. He just turned 78. He walks 5 miles a day. He's back to his high school football playing weight at 78. It's unbelievable that no medicine whatsoever won't take a Tylenol. So he's got his health in his late 70s. He's able to do what he wants to do. And financially, he will never, ever, ever worry about money again. And guys, that's a big picture of this, whether it's a few hundred, a few thousand, or tens of thousands, because wellness and energy are exploding. If you've got something that works that the world wants before they know it exists, that's opportunity. So you can take part in that at any level or at no level, but I just want you guys to understand this is absolutely incredible what is happening for families just like yours all over the country. If Rochette and I had been blessed to be successful, that would have been great. We could have kind of taken care of our family. But the beauty of this was there was room for everybody to come on. You know, and when you can do it together as friends and family and change everybody's life, it's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to bring up, she's going to